how to sign up for ALEKS. So if you go to your Canvas page in my class, you should be able to see the ALEKS code and the financial aid code. We'll talk about that in a second. But the ALEKS class code is this 10 letters right here. So I'm going to copy that and go over to aleks.com, ALEKS.com. And then right here in this yellow box, it says new student, sign up now. So I click on that. And the first thing it wants is that class code. So I'm going to paste that in there. And usually it goes right over there. So I paste that in there and click continue. The next thing it's going to do, it shows you that you're in the right class. So this is the class that you want. So I'm just doing a statistics class to show you. And then it's going to ask you if you have an account or not. Okay, so most of you are going to say, no, I've never used ALEKS before, and you're going to set up an account, and it will want your email and all that information and give you a username. I already have an account, so all right, so this is the part that I kind of want to talk to you about. So you have two options here. You can purchase the access code, or you can say, yes, I have an access code. So if you go back to Canvas, there is a 2-week financial aid code that you have right here. So this is going to give you 2 free weeks to get started. So if you're waiting on financial aid or a paycheck, go ahead and use that code and put that in here. So I'm actually going to do that because this is what I want most of you to do, so you can go ahead and get started, especially if it's a fast class. So just paste that code in there. So this gives me 2 weeks. So it says it expires in 2 weeks from today where I'm shooting this video. So I'm going to click continue. And we'll kind of show you what to do here. So now we have our class. Our class is in our little dashboard here, and we can go get started. You can watch the next video on how to get started in ALEKS after this. But when it's time, when the 2 weeks is running up, or you want to go ahead and buy access, what you do is click Extend Access, and you go back to the same screen. So I'm going to click No, I need to purchase an access code. Okay. If you bought it from the bookstore, you can just go ahead and type it in the Yes, I have an access code and put it in there. If you didn't, which I will tell you this, it's cheaper to just buy it through aleks.com. Do know I need to purchase one. All right, so here's what we got to talk about. So you have these options of the length of times that you have on the ALEKS access code. So there's 6 weeks, 11 weeks, 18 weeks, 40 weeks, 52 weeks. You're probably just going to need the 6, 11, or 18, okay? So if you're in a full semester class, which is 15 or 16 weeks, you probably want to buy the 18-week code. If you're in a 12-week class, you probably still want to buy the 18-week code because 11 weeks cuts you a week short. If you're in a 7-week class, if you buy the 6-week code, you're still a week short, so you probably want to buy the 11-week code. One thing to note about the financial aid access code is it gives you 2 weeks, but it does not add on 2 weeks to your code. So if you buy a 6-week one, you're actually only buying 4 weeks. Okay, so it's not like 6 plus 2. The 2-week financial aid access code, it's going to take those 2 weeks away from when you buy it. It's just giving you some time to get financial aid in or a paycheck. So since this is a self-paced class, you have the option to buy any of those codes that you want to on the times. There is nothing I can do to help you, though. Let me make that clear. So if you're in a 7-week class and you buy the 6-week code, there is nothing I can do to extend it an extra week. You just have to buy another 6-week code. So if you don't finish in those 6 weeks, I'm sorry, you got to buy another code. But here's the kind of the tip that I'm going to show you. If you look at the 6-week, it gives you 2 different options. The first one is you can buy it with the book. So they all have these 2 options. You can buy it with the book. The book gives you some extra resources and things like that as you're working the problems. I have a lot of resources for you, so you don't necessarily need that, but it is nice. It does have a lot of nice features in it that if you want to spend the extra money, I give you the option to do that. So a 6-week code is $25, so you can buy that if you'd like. If I go and look at the 11-week price, again, I have those 2 options with the book and without the book. 11 weeks is $60. So if you cut that math right here, go back to 6 weeks. 6 weeks is $25, so I could buy 2 of those for $50. Or I could buy the 11 one for $60. So if you were buying it without the book, it's actually cheaper just to buy the 6-week code multiple times. Even if you go to 18 weeks, it's $81 for 18 weeks. But if we go back to 6 weeks, $25 per 6 weeks. So if you did, that'd be 3, right? 18 divided by 6 is 3. So 3 times 25 is actually $75. So it's actually cheaper if you just keep buying the 6 weeks access as you go throughout the semester than it is to buy the 11-week or the 18-week. And again, that's only the case if you don't buy the book. If you actually buy the book, so say the 6-week code with the book is $40, For 11 weeks, it's $77. So it's cheaper to buy that, because 40 times 2 is $80, which I guess you get an extra week for $3 there, though. If you look at 18 weeks, 40 times 3 is $120, so it's a lot cheaper to buy. If you're going to buy the book, buy the full access, okay? But if you're not going to buy the book, you can just buy 6 weeks, and you'll have to buy it multiple times throughout the semester. If that's confusing, it's only saves you a few dollars. Just go ahead and buy the 18-week one, and it saves $6, I think, or it costs $6 more than to buying 3 6-week ones. So I hope that didn't confuse you, but since this is a self-paced class, you have the option of which weeks you want to buy. So I wanted to go through all of those different options. And it is cheaper to buy it through ALEKS than it is the bookstore. The bookstore marks it up entirely too much. All right, so once you do that, you'll go through there, and I'm sure it's going to ask for my credit card information, which I'm not going to put in this video. Sorry, wouldn't get you very far anyways. And then you can watch the other video on how to get started on ALEKS. All right.